is Tracy, February 13. And then Paul.
We are about to start the memorandum of understanding signing between the Butuan City government and the firm represented by the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Axel
All men by these presents, this contract is made and executed this 6th day of February 2013 at Butuan City by and between Butuan City Government, a local government unit with office address at Butuan Road, Butuan City, represented herein by its City Mayor, Honorable Ferdinand M. Amati Jr., MD, hereinafter referred to as the first party, and ANDINAX, a Belgian corporation with office address at Romer Sheet C4, C24, Rich, Belgium, represented herein by its chairman and chief executive officer, Mr. Axel D. Buster, hereinafter referred to as the second party. Witnessed, whereas the first party aims to cultivate its vast agricultural land area for agroforestry development in order to maintain optimum use of resources without compromising environmental protection and preservation. Whereas the Department of Energy report confirms power shortage in Mindanao, and as a response to this situation, the first party acknowledges the urgency of increasing its power generation capacity through renewable energy. Whereas the second party is a company engaged in power generation with the use of dedicated biomass crop, banagrass, municipal solid waste, or a combination thereof. Whereas the first party received from second party an unsolicited proposal to undertake project under the public-private partnership process. Whereas the second party intends to work in cooperation with the first party towards attaining mutually shared goals. 1. Utilize available idle lands by developing sustainable activity. 2. Rural development by providing work for both skilled and non-skilled workers. And 3. Establish a grassroots industry whereby all stakeholders will benefit. Now, therefore, for and in consideration of the above premises and of the shared covenants thereafter set forth, the parties do hereby agree as follows. Scope of the agreement: the first party agrees to 1. Scout land for the that is available for developing plantations, as well as identify suitable lands for constructing buildings necessary to the intended activities. Number 2, provide technical support to achieve the above-mentioned goals. Number 3, provide labor and other physical and non-physical assets. And number 4, secure the necessary approval and documentation for the intended activities with the Department of Energy, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Agriculture, Department of Labor and Employment, and other concerned agencies. The second party undertakes to 1. Act as consultant, whereby the achievements of the first party's above-mentioned goals is the main and only goal. Number 2, help identify the finest technology that is best adapted to work towards those goals. 3, make its expertise available to best assist the first party in achieving the said goals. 4, find financial resources within the Philippines or internationally. Number 5, search for buyers at a competitive price for all end products produced, both domestic and international. 6, support the first party in the administrative aspects of the projects. Also, to the best of its ability, to enable the produced electricity to be placed on the national grid. And 7, develop a plantations of bana grass that will be used as raw material to produce A, electric power as a stand-alone fuel, or to be a co-fired with the city's solid waste. B, biomass pellets for domestic use and for export. C, green coal that is produced in torrefaction of bana grass and can be co-fired in existing power plants. C, bioethanol, and E, biocrude. In witness whereof, the parties have signed this memorandum of understanding on the date and at the place above written. For the first party, Honorable Ferdinand M. Amante Jr., MD, or City Mayor. For the second party, we have here Mr. Axel D. Boyster, Chairman and CEO of ANDINAX. Signed in the presence of Honorable Angelo Escalo, our SP Committee on Agriculture, and also the partners of ANDINAX.
Leopold de Winter. Leopold de Winter.
Leopold
De Winter.
de Winter.
Paul McCarthy.
Thank you.
Right?
So we start with the MOU signing.
So the left side.
Can we request Sayo?
Some of us will go to jail. All pages also? No?
Whoever's interested.
Good morning, everyone. Yes. Normally, your friends would like to put in the first question. Ronald Carroll from Love Radio.
Yes, good morning. Yes, our kini yung lain na po nga nag-organ sa atong Pilipinas sa atong programa nga sunod risk management. Aside din yung mga investors na abot na risk management sa para ini nga ko sa dako ang maandar niya opportunity dali na sa pagkakasunan na sa
Can I speak in English?
Yes.
So our guests can understand. The biggest fall worldwide as far as cities development is concerned is our sustainable development and climate change mitigation. To address the call for a sustainable development, one of the shortfalls of our growing cities is the lack of energy. So this is part of our answer to the problem on renewable energy. Now this biomass in the form of banana-grass to be interposed with the national greening program, like trees, can be used to feed the industry for us to be able to produce electricity, and the byproduct of which perhaps could be diesel and ethanol, still other sources of possible energy. Now that can sustain our development. Now as far as environmental climate change mitigation is concerned, this can prevent also erosion, for we know that we have destroyed already our forests. So another one is to cap oxygen and the carbon dioxide, the cycle, no? And the green coal, of course, and then there's one thing I forgot, very important. Yeah, in the process of gasification, is this gasification? It's not the burning, no, it's not burning, so that we will not be producing toxic gases to destroy the atmosphere. All of these things are carefully being considered.
Thank you, Mayor June. We'd like to request our media friends to please ask your questions in English for the benefit of our guests. Thank you. Ms. May Diaz from ABS-CBN, please.
Good morning, gentlemen. I just would like to ask, sir, why have you choose Butuan to invest here rather than other places in the Philippines?
Because I think that there's a lot of opportunity here, certainly on Mindanao. The energy shortage on Mindanao is more pressing here than anywhere else in the Philippines. And you have a lot of open area in Mindanao as well. And due to the changed political situation in Mindanao, I'm sure there's a lot of opportunity here.
Go ahead. Sir, may we know what amount of capital will be spent initially for this investment?
Well, I just talked to the people of the nice city of Butuan. I'm reluctant to say that at this moment because we still have to study the whole thing. A lot of preliminary studies need to be done before we can propose a good system for the city of Butuan. And I'm kind of reluctant to say anything about that at this point. But we're here, and our main goal, as far as our company is concerned, is to give you the best technology that is on offer now for your solution to your pressing problems.
That's all, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, more questions?
Good morning, sir. I'm Maya calling from Regional Maya. May we know, sir, why you choose banana-grass? Do we have, a lot of banana-grass here? Do you see a lot of banana-grass here?
The banana, we work with banana-grass because it's a very high-yielding crop, and it's very well suited for energy generation. We produce so much tonnage per hectare that we use a relatively small area of land to generate the electricity needed. And it has a lot of other advantages. That it's very good for soil stabilization and soil improvement. So that marginal land which are not suited for agriculture at this point, if we cultivate for a while, for a couple of years, the banana grass, the soil may be improved to such an extent that it may be used for agriculture later on. Those are a couple of the advantages. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Who would like to ask a question? From Bombo Radio. Okay, anybody else?
From RMN.
From RMN. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, good morning. Since this is an investment, how percentage do the company, sir, may get, because this is an investment, the ganansya, the profit, since this is an investment, sir?
How much the profit will be?
Yes, sir.
Well, as I said before, I'm reluctant to say that now. And it is not just a matter of profit, it's also a matter of taking care of a problem for a big part. So, of course, we are not here on a charity basis, that is for sure. But it's not the intention to make exorbitant profits. That is not the intention. We just want to have a good value system at or below a market price that satisfies the needs of the city of Butuan and also the investors.
How about the coordination between your company and the ANECO? Because here in our place, ANECO is responsible in distributing powers.
That is something I understand. ANECO is a utility.
Electrical cooperative. That will be one of our partners, because the power purchase agreement will have to be negotiated between the city of Butuan and ANECO by the utility, and that is it has to a relationship that has to be started now, because and there is provisions in the Filipino law for that, so that's not an issue. And how do you call it? Feed-in tariffs are also being published, so that everything is and anytime at any place, everybody can come and look at our books. We'll be as transparent as possible within the whole process. Thank you. Can I say something about profit? It's beyond it's more than the financial gains, but it's the impact that it can bring to our society as a whole. For one, we'll be able to utilize the slopes that we cannot plant vegetables and trees. No? Second, the swamps can be planted with this. The anti-erosion capability, the livelihood, provision for the sufficient and perhaps even more the energy that can be utilized in the future, and the effect of the environment as a whole.
Let us not forget also the employment, because there is a lot of, we're going to need, depending on the size of the plantation, we're going to need to develop, we're going to need a lot of people to work on the plantation. It's going to be a sizable operation. So we're going to need a lot of skilled and unskilled workers, which will earn a decent living by working on a plantation, which is, I'm sure, it's a welcome thing also as well.
We have a follow-up question for Nabayan.
After the MOU signing, sir, what will be the next step for ANDINAX?
We had a meeting this morning with Mr. Bon. We're going to need to start with a preliminary study of the whole, to put on paper what the issues are, what the garbage income is, or the garbage production here in Butuan, what the agricultural waste is, and what your required outcome is. And then we'll look at the whole system. That is, first we have to look at the problem, and then we can find a good solution. Because up to now, we know in general terms what the conditions are, but to design and to implement a new system to take care of those problems, we need a lot of study.
Sir, aside from Butuan City or Philippines, does ANDINAX have other programs in other countries?
Yes, we have a program in Ghana now. We have working on a project in South Africa. And we're looking at a couple of other things here in the Philippines also. So we were very well placed to do this project. Very excited to do so. Excited about the opportunity given to us.
Sir, in the Philippines, this is the first place in the Philippines, or first area?
Well, there's a first area, but we have people, local people who have been employed in this business inside the Philippines for a long time. Pampanga. We have an operation in Pampanga. It is coming online in the next few weeks, on just with this system, treating waste plastics. Yeah, with the same technology. Yeah, it's true. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We also have a question from Bombo Radio. Bombo Radio.
Okay, sir, I just want to ask questions regarding the important employment, sir. Do we can we give estimate the number of Butuanos that will be giving employment to?
Well, it depends on the size of the plantation, and it also depends on the in turn depends on how much waste we can use. But we can count on at least 200 to 250 people we can employ initially. But that depends again on the study. As I mentioned before, we have to look at the numbers first and see what the requirements are, and then we can go from there. But there is a sizable amount of people that can be employed. Will be able to be employed with a constant income.
Okay, more questions? I guess there's none, so I'd like to turn you guys over to Miss Ayel. Miss Ayel, please.
Okay, there being no more questions, so we declare designing to a close. Yes, sir. Any more?
Closing remarks from
Yes.
Councilor Calo.
Yes, may we request some closing remark from our city councilor?
One area which was not
The note
discussed.
of the discussion, the questions and answers, as observed by Mayor June, that one of the major consideration of their technology is the waste garbage. And if the waste garbage is not adequate enough in the entire city of Butuan to produce the necessary volume of product to make it feasible, it can be supplemented with banagrass and other agricultural waste in the entire Butuan. And if that is not enough, again, we can also negotiate with other LGUs, municipalities, so that to make it feasible. And on that note, we would like to clarify that we are, the mayor and ANDINAX is signing a document of memorandum of understanding, where ANDINAX will provide the technology, facilitate financial requirements later on. The city government will also provide the necessary raw materials. As mentioned earlier, the waste that will form part of our solid waste management, the agricultural products and agricultural waste. The produce will be bought by like ANECO, and ANDINAX will also be facilitating market for the product of this technology. So along this line, we thank you very much for your presence, and we hope especially our friends in the media can disseminate it properly with the people of Butuan. Thank you.